Have you ever wondered why the stereotypical jock in Stranger Things is called Steve Harrington? Just a normal 80s name. So how did it become one of the most iconic character arcs in the series?
Of flavor with me, I'll be your captain. I'm Steve Harrington.
Look at me.
Disclaimer, this video may contain spoilers for Stranger Things, so please watch with caution if you haven't finished the series yet. At first glance, Steve Harrington feels like the most ordinary 1980s high school name imaginable. And that was completely intentional. The Duffer Brothers chose it to fit the archetype of the classic popular guy or school jock of the era. Friendly, common, relatable, and instantly familiar. Back in the 80s, Steve was everywhere, the kind of name you'd expect to see at the top of a yearbook or shouted across a basketball court. The goal was to make Steve feel like a standard trope before Stranger Things slowly flipped every expectation attached to that name. Interestingly, the character was originally written as a much darker, arrogant antagonist, but actor Joe Carey's natural charm and likability were so strong that the writers changed the character's direction entirely, while keeping the already established name Steve Harrington, which ended up fitting his growth even better.
Yeah, see ya later. Alligator.
The name Steve comes from Stephen, which has its roots in the Greek word Stephanos, meaning a crown or garland, symbols of honor, victory, and leadership. Historically, the name Stephen spread widely through Europe due to its association with early Christian figures and leaders, and over time, Steve emerged as a casual, approachable version, less formal, more friendly, and very modern. The surname Harrington has English and Anglo-Saxon origins, traditionally tied to place names and settlements, subtly suggesting heritage, stability, and structure. Together, the full name Steve Harrington blends everyday simplicity with an underlying sense of status, as if hinting at leadership long before the character himself realizes it. Adding to the fun, fans have long joked that Harrington sounds like it was chosen because Steve has an impressive amount of hair. While this is almost certainly a coincidence rather than an official naming decision, the Harrington pun became a beloved piece of Stranger Things trivia, and only strengthened the name's pop culture identity. And if you're wondering how to make your hair as good as Steve's, well, this is the answer, straight from the legend himself.
How to make my hair as good as Joe Carey's. Get Sarah Hines Gall to cut it and style it every single day on set. She's the genius. I don't know what she does. Otherwise, I'd do it.
From that point on, the meaning of the name Steve Harrington began to reveal itself through growth rather than popularity. In 1983, almost by accident and guided by a newly awakened conscience, Steve stepped into real danger, fighting the Demogorgon and choosing to do the right thing instead of taking the easy way out. By 1984, after losing Nancy and his King Bee status at school, he hit an emotional low. But that loss stripped away his ego and made room for something more meaningful. It was during this time that his unlikely bond with Dustin Henderson emerged.
Henderson.
Henderson! He's back! He's back!
I'm back. You got the job.
You got the job!
Exposing a protective, mentoring side that turned Steve into the group's reluctant guardian rather than its show-off. That responsibility carried into 1985, when he worked at Scoops Ahoy, feeling stuck, insecure about his future, and unsuccessful in romance, yet forming a deep, honest friendship with Robin Buckley, a moment that truly marked his emotional maturity when he accepted her for who she was without hesitation. By 1986, now working at Family Video, Steve had fully outgrown his shallow high school image. He became more self-aware, kinder, and willing to put others' happiness before his own, even encouraging Robin to pursue love and openly sharing his own dreams of family, freedom, and belonging. Across these years, Steve's athleticism, resilience, and willingness to stand his ground, often with nothing but a spiked bat and stubborn courage, cemented him as a protector rather than a performer. He didn't always win the fight, but he always stayed. And in that persistence, the true meaning of the name Steve Harrington finally came into focus. Not a crown earned through popularity, but one earned through responsibility, loyalty, and growth. While Steve Harrington is fictional, the name Steve carries strong pop culture weight. Steve Jobs, visionary leader and innovator. Steve Rogers, Captain America, a character defined by moral growth and leadership. Steve McQueen, classic cool and rebellious charm. Steve Carell, a master of adding awkwardness to likability. In the end, the name that once symbolized a predictable 80s stereotype came to represent growth, responsibility, and quiet leadership, proving that sometimes the most ordinary names carry the most extraordinary stories. So now I'm curious, what's your name? And do you think it matches your personality? Drop your name in the comments or tell me which character's name you want explained next. And who knows, your name might be featured in an upcoming video.